the world through the art of wood. The fascinating thing about sculptures and carvings. This time around, it was our turn to carve these dining chair legs, with a router at the start and then finish them with the carving tools. The initial depth the router leaves is fascinating, 3/4 of an inch. It's not easy at all because it could easily kick back and the router could fly right out of your hands. That could be dangerous without some previous experience. I hope you understand the danger and the risk that carving this way carries. This isn't the speed of a drill. It's 28,000 revolutions. With just one kickback it could fall on you and cut you. So don't try it without any experience.
Arte, madera, escultor, tallista, no es solo talla y esculturas, es ebanistería. Bueno, quiero mostrarles estos respaldos, ¿verdad?, que estamos haciendo para unas silletas de comedor que llevamos y la talla que estamos haciendo con router, ¿verdad?, que es una profundidad de 3/4, una fresa que hice de manera artesanal y pues bastante reducida y puntuda para lograr lo que es una talla bastante profunda y de hojas angostas que no sean tan anchas. Y luego pues lo que pusimos fue la fresa de media caña para vaciar las hojas. Y comentarles un poco acerca de lo que es el tallado con router, ¿verdad? Que aunque parezca fácil, pues les aseguro que el trecho es difícil y el cuidado pues que hay que tener. Porque no es lo mismo tener un taladro, digamos, con 2000 revoluciones o 1800 revoluciones, a tallar con un router que anda alrededor de 28.000 revoluciones y 30.000 en algunas ocasiones. Pues es bastante difícil, bastante peligroso, ¿verdad? Porque siempre que tallamos, pues tallamos sentado y digamos, sobre todo en estas patas que son curvas, ¿verdad? Ya el router no está en su, digamos, asentado firmemente como cuando está en algo plano. Y en algunas ocasiones, pues no utilizamos ni siquiera la base ni guía alguna, más que todo en el aire. Y pues señalar que el router es bastante celoso, cualquier rebote, él saldría con mucha fuerza, tanta fuerza que se podría soltar hasta de las manos, ¿verdad? Y el peligro que conlleva, pues que se te puede soltar, caer en las piernas y pues imagínate qué pasaría, ¿verdad? Con una fresa tan afilada y que te cayera en las piernas, ¿verdad? Y a esa velocidad. Entonces hay que tener cuidado, si lo hacemos es porque tenemos más de 10 años de experiencia. En un tiempo pues tallaba en la semana lo que era alrededor de 40 camas, más de 500 tableros para puerta pequeña y pues eso nos ha llevado a tener una buena experiencia, un buen soporte, buen agarre para lo que es el router y hacer casi que cualquier tipo de tallas. Espero disfruten en lo que es el proceso, ¿verdad? Aquí tenemos las fresas con la cual tallamos, hacemos todos esos detalles. Y pues noten lo que es la talla con router y sobre todo hacerlo en lo que son piezas curvas, ¿verdad? Que es muy, pero muy difícil. Entonces, si quieren más información acerca de las tallas, lo que son las fresas, en los videos, tallas con router 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 y 6. Ahí mostramos lo que es la talla, ¿verdad? Con router, la forma de hacer las fresas, su fabricación y de hecho todas son hechas de manera artesanal, las fabrico yo mismo y pues ahí comentamos acerca del acero y las cosas que se pueden hacer. Dios les bendiga a todos y no olviden suscribirse.
Wood carving with a router is fascinating. And no, I'm not saying that just because it sounds cool. I'm saying it because anyone who has ever worked with this tool knows exactly what I'm talking about. People can say whatever they want. They can think it's just a matter of turning on a machine and going for it. But it's not. The reality is completely different. And today I want to tell you why this technique has me so hooked, and why not just anybody can do it. Picture this. You've got a raw piece of wood. Just rough, hard, dull. And then suddenly, with a bit spinning at thousands of RPMs, you start removing layers. And it's not just about removing wood. It's about giving it shape, life, depth. It's about transforming something flat into something three-dimensional. Watching the grooves open up, seeing the edges define themselves, watching the light start playing with the shadows that you yourself are creating. That's magic. But magic that requires technique, precision, and a whole lot of respect for the tool. And here's where a lot of people don't get it. This depth of router carving isn't so easy to do. It's not like running a sander or making a straight cut. No. We're talking about removing a lot of wood in a single pass, or doing multiple passes with millimeter precision. You've got to control the speed, the pressure, the direction of the wood grain, because if you slip up, the bit catches, the piece kicks back, or worse, the edge breaks and the tool comes flying right back at your hand. And not just anybody can carve like this. That's not an exaggeration. That's not ego. That's the truth. You gotta have a steady hand. You gotta know how to read the wood. You gotta feel how the machine responds at every single moment. And that only comes with hours, with mistakes, with overcoming fear. Because let's be clear, how dangerous a pretty deep carve is, that's no joke. It's not some warning in a manual that nobody reads. It's real. The deeper the cut, the more resistance. The more resistance, the more force the machine exerts. And that force, if you don't control it, it controls you. That's why those of us who work with this respect the router. We know that 1 second of distraction can cost you a hand, a ruined piece, or a serious accident. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to get you to understand that this isn't a Sunday hobby for just anybody. It's an art, and like any art, it comes with risk. So next time you see a deep wood carving, don't just look at the result. Think about the process. Think about the steady hand that guided it, the mind that calculated every pass, and the heart that knew how to respect the tool. Wood carving with a router is fascinating, but it's fascinating because it's not easy. And precisely because of that, it's worth it. If you like this video and you want to see the step-by-step process of a deep carve, drop me a comment. And if you're one of those people who also respects the router, share your experience. Don't forget to subscribe, and God bless you all. Using a small router or a big one, not the same thing. The small one is great for sharp curves like these legs, but it's way harder to keep a solid grip on, so you really gotta hang on tight. And you need to, because if this thing slips, it's dropping right in your lap, and that would be catastrophic. Just think about how fast that bit spins, plus that blade or bit, whatever you call it, that would be dangerous. If it cuts through hardwood like this tropical mahogany without much trouble, imagine what it'd do to skin. So keep all that in mind. Remember, your body always comes first, no matter what we're doing. In the wood carving with router videos, we go over how the bits are made and how to